like, being engorged with milk was like, what? My boobs are rock solid. Like, I would actually take my friend's hand, like, no, seriously, feel this. My boobs are rock hard. It was like I had implants. That's what they looked like. And then as soon as I breastfed, they were soft again. It was just completely, that was something that was really interesting. I was like, huh, didn't think that that's what was going to happen.
She's not like too strict and stuff. She's very like, I don't know, she's very honest. Like, she can be really honest with us. And that just makes it, like, that much easier for us to be honest with her.
That's one way I look at it. That's probably the main way I look at it. I'm a scientist, and I deal with climate change and environmental problems and stuff like that. And part of me thinks that there won't be many generations of humans too far after my daughter. So I don't think much about the future in terms of that.
And just the other day, I was nursing both my girls while I was visiting with my dad, and he actually said to my eldest directly that she was too old for that, and she should not be doing that anymore. And of course, at that point, I sort of packed up the kids, took them to another room, sat them down, and started nursing again, and said, "You can nurse as long as you like. It's your choice. Granddad has nothing to do with this."
They expected us to be responsible for her when she's 4 years younger than I am, so there was no way we could tell her what to do, but
So she did whatever she wanted, and
yes,
you guys got the blame for it.
Yes, that was it. And so we quit going to movies because we didn't want to go and take her because we always got in trouble.
Thank you for never making me responsible for Laura.
Yes, well, I made it very clear to you that you were not responsible for Laura, but
I just find it interesting how how mothers seem to conceal all maybe the annoying and hard parts of being a mother, and how we don't necessarily talk about how frustrating it gets at times, and we tend to look very patient on the outside, and maybe it's not always the case, and there are many difficult moments. What?
I am so grateful for my mother. You know, even the things sometimes that we have strife about for now, it's causing me to grow as a human being, and it's teaching me more every day about how I want to mother my own children. I don't want to, put them through some of the things that I had to go through, and yet, like I said, what I went through was a good thing in the end. Everything that happened caused me to go on my own healing journey, and really the day that my children were born was the day that I looked inside myself and said, "Who are you?"
We had, a lot of gay men, a lot of lesbian women, and they just fell in love immediately. So she had all these immediate aunts and uncles, and I had an immense amount of support. Although, I didn't have a partner at the time, I had an immense amount of support from my community. I often say that her first birthday, she got so many, the guys especially, tried to outdo each other, on gifts. She got so much for gifts that I was overwhelmed. I can't imagine how she felt. It was just like, but it was the first baby in the gay community. And then it was almost like they just came in abundance after that. It was kind of like, okay, Diane can do this, we can do this, yes, yes. So there was a lot of babies that came.
before my daughter was born, my mother-in-law said to me, when the baby's born, then you will know how much your mother loved you. And I understood it as soon as my daughter was born. And it's a very, very emotional attachment, which I then was surprised to think was how much my mother loved me. It was really a poignant thing that she said. And I have said it to many people as well, because I thought it's very true.
But what you know, and what makes it such a struggle is that my children are caught in the crossfire.
I loved sewing then, and I would make my daughters and myself matching suits and with matching hats. And when I look back on that now, I think of, oh yeah, that was when I was being this super mom and doing everything and having a teaching job and raising 2 kids and looking after a farm and doing all the everythings. But I got quite good at it. And I think in some way it served me well, although I also remember it being one of the most lonesome times in my life.
Do you know that a woman is born with all the eggs she's ever going to have? So that means that you actually, the egg that started you, and me too, the egg that started me, came from our grandmother's womb, because our mother had that in her when she was born. So my egg came from my grandmother's womb. That is so neat. Never thought about that way before, but it's just a really neat idea. And
so she often looks at herself and she'll say, Mom, we are, her son and her, we are the change. We are that, we broke the cycle. It's kind of like, oh, I guess you did. Yeah, so.
Now as I'm going through this, as like I said, the day that the children were born was the day that I started my own healing journey. And both the children have come to me in different ways to teach me something about myself. And, I'm so grateful. And, like I said, I do feel that my mother and I, our relationship is a lot stronger, a lot healthier than it ever has been. And, if I didn't go through what I went through with her, maybe this is how evolution happens. Maybe this is how, families can heal from generation after generation of repeating the same patterns. I've often said that maybe this is, my generation. Right now, me and my sisters are going through our own healing so that we who have children ourselves will allow that evolution to occur, will allow that evolvement to occur. That's my prayer. That's my hope.